Bonjour and welcome to your super quick French lesson. In this video, you're going to learn how to ask a person's name and also how to reply to the question. Demander son nom, ask one's name. Demander son nom. I'm going to give you the vocabulary, the questions, and the answers. How to ask one's name and how to give your name in French. A great way to start a conversation as well. So let's start. Let's start with the first expression, which is the question. What is your name? Now, in English, we ask, what is your name? But in French, we say, how do you call yourself? How do you call? I mean, this is a complete French way of asking the question. So, this is the French style. So, let's learn how do we say this. We say, vous appelez. Vous vous appelez comment. If you remember, we have done this word comment. It's like how, comment ça va, how. Vous vous appelez comment. Vous vous appelez comment. Vous vous appelez comment. Now, there is a problem here. That is, in this question, we have this word which starts with a vowel and it needs to connect with the last word's last consonant and it will create the sound of Z. Hear me. Vous vous appelez comment? Vous vous appelez comment? Vous vous appelez comment? Also, I'm going to be very fast and quick with my vous. I am not speaking it like this. Vous vous appelez comment? Rather, I'm going to be super quick and I'll say, vous vous appelez comment? 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 What's your name or how do you call yourself? Now, since this question has vous, it becomes a formal question, formal way to ask somebody, what is your name? What would be the informal style of asking a person, what's your name? Instead of vous, we will switch to tu. It's not tu, it's tu. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? It's like, what's your name? How do you call yourself? Once again, but this is an informal question. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. My S is going to be silent. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? How do you call yourself? Tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? What's your name? Tu t'appelles comment? So we have done two questions. We have done vous vous appelez comment? Tu t'appelles. Vous vous appelez comment? Tu t'appelles comment? Very good. Let's continue with the next. That is the answer. How will you answer back? How will you reply to this question? You will simply say je, which is I. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle, which is I call myself. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle Anamika. Je m'appelle Anamika. In fact, I'm going to be super quick and I'd say je m'appelle will become je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. That's the fastest way. Now, this is how you will speak once you're very fluent in French. But to begin with, you can say je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Or je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle Anamika. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Vous vous appelez comment? Vous appelez comment? Tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? Je m'appelle Anamika. Je m'appelle Anamika. Je m'appelle Anamika. Bon. So these are the questions and the answer to reply. My formal and informal way to reply to the question and to say, my name is Anamika, is going to be the same. There is no different forms that we have in this particular sentence. I is I, informal, informal, both. Okay, so these were the three important questions that you would be using in the coming dialogues, which you're going to do with me in this video. Apart from, I also wanted to introduce some really important salutations, or I would say the important and essential expressions that we have in French that you might need to know and you might want to use in your day-to-day French. So let's start with the first one, which is have a nice day. Have a nice day in French is bonne. We have done this word in bonne nuit as well. Donc, bonne journée. Bonne journée. Now, bonne journée means have a nice day. This is something that we use during the day when you are saying bye-bye and then you are leaving the person. You can just simply say bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. There is an accent on E, which is accent aigu, and the sound of this accent is A. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. Have a nice day. Bonne journée. Wonderful. Bonne journée. The next is sorry. How do we say sorry in French? We say désolé. 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 Coming with a lot of accents. D-E accent aigu. Single S in French is Z. Désolé. Désolé, where my E also, the last E also has an accent. Désolé. Désolé, which is sorry again. Désolé. Désolé. This means sorry. I personally use this expression when I've done some serious problem. I've created some serious mess. Then only I use this expression, désolé. Also, you can see this E in the bracket. Now, this E means, okay, so this E is used for females. Now, if a guy says, I'm sorry or sorry, he would use only this much. This much is what a guy would write. This is for a man. But if a female says, I'm sorry or sorry, she will add this extra E here with the word. It doesn't matter whom we are speaking to. It depends on the speaker. If the speaker is masculine, he would write D-E accent aigu, S-O-L-E accent aigu. And if the speaker is feminine, she will add this extra E, which comes in the bracket here. It will be coming with the word. However, the pronunciation in both the cases remains same. Désolé, désolé, same sound. All right. So this is désolé, which is sorry. Next, again, another way to apologize is pardon. We use this word in English as well, pardon. And the French version is pardon. 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 Nasal sound. Pardon. Pardon. Now, this expression I use the most whenever I want to apologize. Pardon. 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 Very good. The next two expressions. One is the formal expression and the informal expression of, excuse me. The expression in French is excusez-moi. 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 The sound of EZ is just like E accent aigu, A, same sound. Excusez-moi. 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 Pardon, excusez-moi, 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 excusez-moi. And the informal is excuse. I stop with S. Excuse-moi, 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 excusez-moi, excusez-moi, excuse-moi, excuse-moi. All right, great. Let's quickly revise all these expressions. I will read them. You're going to repeat after me. So let's start. Vous vous appelez comment? Once again. Vous vous appelez comment? Once again. Vous vous appelez comment? Très bien. Next. Tu t'appelles comment? Great. One more time. Tu t'appelles comment? Okay. Very good. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Very good. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. Désolé. Désolé. Pardon. Pardon. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Excuse-moi. Excuse-moi. All right, great. So these were the expressions. All right, great. So these were the expressions. Now let me put you in some situations and let me ask you what expression would you use in that particular situation? So let's start. Now imagine a situation where you're walking on a street and by mistake you hit somebody with your elbow. We have all done this. It has happened to all of us. What would you say to that person? You should say, pardon. Pardon, monsieur. Pardon, madame. Pardon is what we use for casual apology. Let's put it like that. Pardon. Pardon. Okay, great. You're in a live class and your mic is on and suddenly the phone rings and it disturbs the entire class. What would you say? Pardon. Excusez-moi. Both. Excusez-moi would go better if you also want to take the call. Excusez-moi. Very good. You want to grab my attention. You want to ask a question to me. How would you start? Excusez-moi, madame. Excusez-moi, madame. Excusez-moi, madame. Very good. You have broken my phone. Désolé. Now, this is something serious, and I think you should use désolé here. Désolé. Désolé. I'm trying to explain you something, but you didn't hear me properly. How will you react? What would you say? Pardon. Pardon. Superb. Very good. So I hope these expressions are clear. Next is the dialogue. We are going to do two dialogues together. All right, so let's read this dialogue together. I'm going to read first the title, Lisez les dialogues. So there will be two dialogues that we are going to read together. And it says, lisez means read. Lisez les dialogues. Lisez les dialogues. Read the dialogues. We'll start with the first dialogue, which is dialogue 1. 1 is 1. It is a formal dialogue. As you can see, we have a lot of formal elements, the words that talks about the formal, the words that we use in the formal speech. So let's start. I will be reading what's written in black and you are going to read what's in red. So let's start. Bonjour, comment ça va? Oui, ça va, merci. Vous vous appelez comment? Moi, je m'appelle Anamika. Enchanté. Au revoir. Great. Superb. All right. So let's decode and understand the meaning of this text, this little dialogue. I said bonjour. Comment ça va? Hello. How are you doing? You said bonjour. Ça va bien. It's going good. It's fine. Et vous? And then you asked the same question to me. Et vous? And you. Then I said, oui, ça va. Yes, it is good. Merci. I said, thank you. And then I asked you a question. Vous vous appelez comment? Vous vous appelez comment? What's your name? And then you replied, je m'appelle. My name is, and you must have said your name here. Et vous? And you? Vous vous appelez comment? Your name is what? What's your name? And I replied, je m'appelle Anamika. My name is Anamika. And then you said, enchanté, nice to meet you. I said, enchanté, au revoir. Nice to meet you too. And bye-bye. And you said, au revoir et bonne journée. Bye and have a nice day. So this was a dialogue, your first dialogue, formal dialogue. Now let's read together the informal dialogue, dialogue de. Informel, informal. I will read what's written in black and you read what's written in red. So let's start. Bonjour, comment ça va? Oui, ça va, merci. Tu t'appelles comment? Moi, je m'appelle Anamika. Enchanté. Au revoir. Super. Excellent. I hope this is clear. Let's decode. Let's understand the translation of this text. I said bonjour. Comment ça va? We already know this. Bonjour. Ça va bien? Et toi? Hello, I'm good. And you? Et toi is what we are using here because it's an informal dialogue. Oui, ça va. Merci. Thank you. Tu t'appelles comment? What's your name? Je m'appelle. My name is and the name. Et toi? And you? Tu t'appelles comment? Your name is what? Moi, je m'appelle Anamika. My name is Anamika. Enchanté. Nice to meet you. Enchanté. Au revoir. Nice to meet you. Bye bye. Au revoir et bonne journée. Bye and have a nice day. Great. So I hope this made a lot of sense and you learned a lot from this lesson as well. Do not forget to do the worksheet that comes along with this lesson. I'll see you in the next video. Over.